It's Hyp3r Halloween! Violence, gore, extreme situations, torture porn? These words are all used to describe the movie Saw and its sequels. I feel like these don't really do it justice though, as the Saw movies continue to push the envelope further and further with each installment. The first Saw movie revolves around two individuals that are trapped in a large bathroom. They forget how they ended up getting there, and they have to piece it together throughout the film. The main antagonist of the film is known as the Jigsaw Killer. The Jigsaw Killer puts people into traps that are essentially death traps. He watches over people to see who appreciates living and those that squander the gift of life. For instance, he puts a man into a barbed wire maze because he cut himself as an attempted suicide. The viewer is left wondering who the Jigsaw Killer is throughout the entire film, and it left me at the edge of my seat while I watched and tried to piece things together. There are many other instances and different traps shown throughout the film, and honestly you'll have to see them to believe them. I hate revealing that there is a twist ending, but with a 15-year-old movie, I think it's safe to say. The ending to Saw is amazing. It's honestly one of my favorite endings to a horror film ever. Add to the amazing twist, the musical score behind it is absolutely fantastic. One cool thing that I didn't know about this movie series is that there was actually a short film prior to Saw 1. It's been dubbed Saw 0.5 or Saw Half. It's basically another story of one of Jigsaw's victims, and is something I need to seek out. Apparently there's an uncut version of Saw 1 that has this movie, Saw Half, on a second disc. The ending of 0.5 or Half apparently shows drawings of the bathroom trap from Saw 1. I also read somewhere that Saw 1 was originally intended to be a direct-to-DVD movie, and I honestly can't even imagine that. I used to look forward to October when these came out in theaters. Saw received several sequels, each coming out every year until Saw 7, or 3D as it's also called. Another movie franchise ended up dethroning the Saw movies, but more about that movie later this month. There was also a reboot that was attempted with the movie Jigsaw, and a spin-off that came out in May 2021. Saw also had two games on the PlayStation 3 that loosely tied into the movie series. I also played a few Flash games inspired by the Saw franchise for my Flash Bin series. Saw is a fantastic movie, and the franchise is definitely worth a watch. It's one of my favorite series despite how ridiculous the story gets. The story is told non-sequentially, so a viewing of all the movies is needed to get the full picture. I will warn you though, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, the violence and gore in this movie is very extreme, so if you're not into that, you might want to give it a pass. Otherwise, definitely go check out the Saw series.